Yeah. You know these cartoons that Taylor comes up with? Bad idea. Calm down right before you go on stage. It takes longer to get through than you thought. It's kind of uncomfortable. But it's over now. It's Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. What the fuck are you guys doing here? 23 years of doing an orphan Christmas show. I started when I was a teenager in New York City in the 80s. We did an orphan Christmas show in a squat that burned down while we were doing the show. That was fun. Thank you. Smoke pot guy, you're fired. Replaced.
Nothing.
Where is he?
Nothing, nowhere.
Where's the smoke pot guy? What's up? Anyhow, occasionally a lateral move, and we'll move forward into the future. And in the future, there will be more and more of the past until there's no more future left.
What?
And in the future, we'll be in space, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Goldie, ladies and gentlemen, whose 5-minute mission to pontificate endlessly about the nether regions and showing us interesting graphs and pie charts to explain what the hell is going on in outer space. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Waste of Space segment. And if we had any budget, when I say space, it would echo. It would sound like this. We don't have that kind of a budget. All we have is K-Rob, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, chicken. It's uncomfortable up here, Pete. I started the show wrong. I was eating caramel. Merry Christmas, chicken.
Caramel.
Oh, really? There you go. Wow, the video collection of the Hubble Telescope 2004.
Yeah, you gave it away last week, remember it?
God damn it, how did it get back to you?
Oh yeah, he won it, remember it?
Fucking wrap it and throw it under the goddamn tree. No one wants that shit. Put it with the other pile of discarded crap. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the island of misfit gifts here in my fucking living room.
Orphan gifts.
Best one yet. Half a waffle iron.
Cute. And then
Guarantee left. Awesome. Yeah, you deserved it. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Goldie is here to talk to us for just 5 minutes, 5 short minutes. Sometimes it's even truncated and briefer than that. And brevity is the only thing that's of value in your segment here. What are we going to talk about this week?
I have a lot of material.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yes.
I began the year last January saying there were no sunspots. Sunspots have returned, and how do we know that this image is telling the truth, chicken?
There are spots right there on this orange.
And what else is on that image?
There's an arrow, which means it's true and it's a fact.
That's right. And what else does the arrow point to in this show? K-Rob.
K-Rob, right.
Hurry up. We'll get through all of these 400 images as fast as we can.
No, 400. There it is.
Yes, once again, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter has returned a stunning image of one of the Apollo landings. This is the landing of Apollo Site 12. While they were landing, Pete Conrad looked out the window as soon as he had landed and said, "It's right there!" He had a southern accent, being one of those southern fly boys, and he saw Surveyor 3, which had landed 2 years before, sitting at the crater. At the edge of the crater on the other side of where they had landed there. The Intrepid descent stage, still visible in this image here. And then they took a little hike, they walked over there, and they ripped some chunks of metal off it, and they returned it to the planet Earth.
Unbelievable.
Yes, this is true. And what else happened this week in space history? Yes,
Space.
Apollo 17 returned safely to Earth this week, 37 years ago, the last moon landing. And since then, no more moon landings. Trivia question, have any of the
alleged moon landings, don't get me started.
Have any of the real astronauts who walked on the moon
Allegedly walked on the moon.
ever flown in space after landing on the moon? Trivia question?
Really?
Yes or no? Yes or no?
I would say yes.
Yes, it is true. It's yes. Actually, several have, including John Young, who was the first man to fly the space shuttle there after walking on the moon.
Allegedly walking on the surface of the fucking moon.
On Mars. Oh, not an image. Here we go.
Oh.
This is a rover, which has been on Mars just short of 6 years now. And it's been stuck since last April in one spot there. Soft
Just
sand.
stuck in the mud? Like,
It's not mud, there's no water there. It's totally dry. It's powdery sand. But the interesting thing is, you look at that wheel on the right. You see that thing spinning here?
Spinning, yeah.
That thing is not turned in 3 years. The only wheel sticking out of the sand, free to go. It has not moved. They've been dragging it along behind the rover for 3 years. Suddenly it starts spinning, and of course it's in midair and doing no good whatsoever. And they're going, huh, how about that?
So this would be considered and classified as data, right?
No, irony. More like irony. Oh, sorry, the other side of the rover, we're not going to look at that one. Hazard avoidance camera.
Now we're getting to some serious data.
Yes, here we go. Now that you've seen one of the smallest things, here I'm showing you one of the most interesting things. Because it's Christmas, this has been photoshopped to be green. What you're looking at is an X-ray image of space between a huge galaxy cluster far, far away. That's 190 galaxies are in this cluster. And in the middle of that, they have found, strangely enough, the highest concentration of heavy metals anywhere. Heavy metal.
I'm not going to touch that joke.
You have some experience with heavy metal. There's more heavy metal here than anywhere else.
More than in Jersey? Come on.
Yeah, let me give you a measurement of it. There's this heavy metal field is 1.4 million light years across, and the amount of chromium in there is 300 million times the mass of the sun, or 10 trillion times the mass of the Earth. That's just the chromium. And of course, you might be interested to know that the manganese reservoir there is 8 million times the mass of the sun. It was created by 3 billion supernovas in this one spot. 3 billion supernovas happened.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be able to get a reaction out of 3 billion supernovas out of a crowd of overeducated intellectuals.
Yeah, they're just thinking, what's my present? What am I going to get from under their tree? They have their hopes.
Come on, 300 billion supernovas!
What do I get?
Whatever.
There they are. They're hoping they're going to unwrap, like a craftsman power saw or
fucking half a waffle iron gotta laugh at you. 300 billion supernovas? Nothing. You get nothing.
The heaviest metal region of the known universe. That's what they said.
Thank you.
Are you getting this? Very, very far away.
Wow. That's right. Does anyone want to see it in 3D? Because, we're so far away, if you see it in 3D, your mind will fucking blow.
Ready? Here we go.
No, they have to put this on first. Who wants to see it in 3D? Oh, Skippy. Okay, here's our large test animal, Skippy. Skippy. Did you check to see if he had a mind?
No.
We gave it to the wrong guy. He doesn't have a mind.
Yeah. Oh well, let's move on here.
Give it to Doug Wellman. He has a mind.
We actually have a life-size, perfect representation of the Cassini orbiter right here. Yes, here it is. Invisible light. Something they knew about before.
Let's see it. Where is it? What is it?
We're not sure. It's shy.
Sliver of data.
Yeah, some data it's got issues.
Oh, my God! It's a donut of data.
Exactly. Well, what you're looking at, invisible light, is the North Pole of Saturn, and there's a jet stream that runs around it that's a hexagon. Yes, a hexagon. Six-sided figure, and it swirls around. They have no way to explain why it would be shaped like a hexagon. And again, it's the first time they've seen it in visible light, but they actually have been looking at this for 30 years in ultraviolet light since Voyager went by. Still haven't figured it out. There it is, first time. Only can see it now because after 30 years, the northern part of Saturn is being illuminated because the equinox of Saturn was passed last August, and it's tilted up there, and light finally hits it, reflects off it, hits the sensors on the Cassini orbiter, relayed down to our brilliant scientists, translated into images taken to the Hal show on Friday nights.
I'm hungry now.
This is the moon Atlas, also around Saturn. It looks like a flying saucer.
It's lumpy.
Yeah, the edges of it actually picks up debris that comes off of the rings, and has a big fat equatorial band, as you can see here, looking at it from the equatorial angle there. This is about 46 kilometers across. And before they had pictures of this, they named it Atlas because in mythology, Greek mythology, it holds the rings on its shoulders like the Titan Atlas did in the sky above Earth. Something Hal would say. And then they took pictures of it and it intersects the rings and it actually holds the rings on its shoulders, as you see. Just one of those little ironies.
That's absolutely fascinating, Pete.
Coincidence? Simile? Metaphor? I don't know one of those. One of those or another one of those. Next image, David. This one is one of those that they'll probably stick in National Geographic magazine. Do you like it?
What is it, Pete?
It's the moon Titan of Saturn. But you may notice up here a white spot there.
Is that a door to a better show?
That's a reflection. The reflection of our sun's light off a lake at the northern end of Saturn. Or of the moon Titan there. It bounces off there.
A lake?
A lake. A lake
Lake
of...
Wobegon? What?
That's a good point. The lake is actually called Kraken Sea. Named after the Kraken.
Not the Kraken?
Yes, next image, David.
You're supposed to say yes, the Kraken. Let's do that again.
Not the Kraken.
No, I say not the Kraken, you say Kraken.
Kraken.
Not the Kraken.
Not the Kraken.
Then you say yes, the Kraken.
Yes, the Kraken.
Little.